I am the master of having big new ideas. If you were to ask my friends and family or my long-suffering wife Charlie how often I come to them with this big new idea for what I'm going to do on YouTube, they'll tell you it's a near-day occurrence. And that's one of the reasons why I think at the moment I've got 4 channels. There's this one, John.mb4, there's John's Journey, there's John Rochford, which was the main channel, and then there's The Boy John, which is where I put all the shorts. But the thing is, The Boy John used to be a channel called John and Charlie, which was meant to have videos of mine and Charlie's adventures, and then this channel, John.mb4, used to be a podcast. By the way, all those podcasts are still available on Patreon, cheeky little plug. But before then it was called John.mb4 again, so that one's been reinstated. And then my original channel used to be called The Boy John, which is the name of the shorts channel, which is incredibly confusing. And here's a cheeky little secret between me and you. There's probably going to be a new channel before the end of the year. All these channels are set up with good intentions. I intend to see out the project of each channel, but 2 things happens to me. Thing number 1 is that I have another idea, so another channel is born. And thing number 2 is that I tend to overcomplicate every idea to the point where the barrier for entry for making videos for those channels becomes too high. I'm probably not the only creative person that has suffered with this problem, setting the barrier for creation too high, which sort of leads to inactivity because starting those projects feels like too big a job and they haven't quite been thought through properly. You're not entirely sure how you want it to look yet, so it's easier to sort of just do nothing. It's easier to procrastinate. And I am a champion procrastinator. If procrastination was a competitive sport, I'd almost certainly be representing my country by now. When I started John's Journey, it was going to be all about my adventures in the van, but then I started editing those videos to a higher and higher and higher standard that all of a sudden to make on those videos was a pretty big deal. And if I'm going out for a hike or an adventure, I don't necessarily want to go to that much effort to make a video when I'm supposed to be enjoying my private time. And it's the same thing with the shorts. I started making the shorts like short little films that I recorded properly with a proper camera, and all of a sudden now to make a short I can't just whip out my phone and just film something funny. I've got to edit it properly, set it to music and make it look good. I've set the barrier of entry too high again. And with the John Rochford channel, things keep changing all the time. It started as a comedy channel, and then it became a vlog channel, and then it became a challenge channel, and then it became a vlog channel again with some challenges chucked in, and then all of a sudden every video needed to have some deep meaning behind it. And I'm proud of all the videos on there. I am really happy with how everything has turned out on that channel, but all of a sudden now, everything I will put on there, I want it to be the best it can possibly be. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But the problem with everything being the best it can possibly be means that nothing is ever really finished. Everything can always be a little bit better. So if I feel like the barrier for starting to film and communicating and talking to you guys online is too high, is barrier the right word? If I set my standards so high that it almost cripples me into inactivity because it's much easier to just procrastinate, then maybe the thing I need to do is lower the barrier. I'm not entirely sure this analogy works because lowering a barrier usually means you can't get through it, and when you're in a car park you want the barrier to go up. But you kind of get what I mean. I love making videos. I love talking to the camera. I love having a conversation with you guys online, and every time I make a video, every time I talk to a camera, I feel like I get a little bit better at it. And getting better at talking to a camera is something I feel I definitely need to do. I can get like overeager, overexcited, and sometimes I watch back what I've just said and I think to myself, you're presenting, you're not talking. I want to get better at just having a chat with the camera and letting you guys see the real me. It's never going to be quite the real me because I'm always going to be aware that there's a camera there for me to talk to, but it's going to be closer to the real thing. Let my actual personality come across. I guess my fear with that is that maybe guys won't actually like my proper personality. I can't speak proper. I went for a run earlier and I was thinking a lot about this, the barrier for entry being too high or too low or wherever we ended on that. And I was thinking to myself, whenever I don't film and put a video out, I feel sort of lazy and lethargic and I'm way more likely to procrastinate. Whereas the days where I do film something, the days where I do talk to camera, the days where I do get something out, I end up feeling way more productive. I'm far more likely to carry on being productive after I've finished whatever I've filmed and whatever I've edited and whatever I've put out. And it tends to make me feel, I don't know, I just have a better day when I film and I put something out. And then I had another big idea. As I said, I am the king of big ideas, but this idea has a lower or higher barrier for entry, an easier path for creating. I've decided that what if I just turn on the camera every day and talk. Just talk a little bit. Talk about whatever's on my mind. Talk about any subject I want to and post it here on the john.mp4 channel. If I do that today is Saturday. What's the Saturday the what? Saturday the 7th. Today is Saturday the 7th. You probably won't see this until Sunday or later. I guess this exists on the internet for a very long time. So I finished my run about 2 hours ago and I've decided I'm going to come in, I'm going to film, I'm going to talk to the camera, and I'm just going to do that. Just talk about whatever comes into my head, and then I'm going to put that online. Minimal editing, if any, on some occasions. Today there'll be some jump cuts, and I don't think it's ever going to be anything more than the odd jump cut, and put it out. And I'm going to see how many days I can do that for. I've started today, I intend to do it tomorrow, and we'll see how many days I can chain together. And that gives me at least something to be doing every day, something that can help me feel like I'm being proactive and productive, something that I can't really put off because the barrier for entry is so low. It is so easy for me to turn on a camera and talk. And actually, what I think will happen, hopefully, is that I'll get better at talking to the camera. I'll have a better relationship with you guys, and hopefully I'll get better at organizing my thoughts and presenting my opinions. That's something I want to be better at. I want to be better at understanding how I feel about things. A lot of the time, I'm so unsure what my thoughts and feelings are about things. So actually, by saying them out loud and trying to articulate what's going on in my mind might genuinely help with that. It's basically a daily catch-up about whatever I want to talk about, and I will happily listen to what you guys want me to talk about, but I'm just hoping that it can help me feel productive. I'm starting to repeat myself now, which means I probably need to wrap this up. I do sometimes think that the barrier for making videos can be too high, and anyone who's creating online every now and again can do with just dumbing down what they're doing a little bit and making it the simple version of it, because surely having something out, surely doing something, surely feeling productive and proactive is a good idea. For me, this year, I have taken on big projects. And once again, cheeky little plug of the Patreon. If you want to find out a bit more about what I'm planning, head over there. But I'm talking like year-long projects, but I'm not going to be working on those projects every single moment of every single day. So I can take the time, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to come in here, talk to the camera and share that with you. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a popular idea, but I'm not doing it for it being a popular idea. I'm doing it for me. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Also, remember, don't be a dick.